Hey, how's it going? Checking in for today. Quite a few bits today that I've done, just following up with things that I need to. And heard back from Dinah as well. She's going to go ahead, check out other agencies. So I'll just go and I did have a brief look into a couple of others that I've sort of had my eye on as well, just kind of curious as to how they work. The next step is actually working out how I then go and approach them and say, look, just inquiring initially as to how the whole process works with potentially becoming a speaker on their books. So that kind of feels good to get some movement forwards with there. But I've also I'm trying to schedule a call with Dinah for next week where we can have a proper catch up and kind of see where we are with things. And also a couple of other bits that had been sort of moving forwards. And I was the block. I wasn't pushing and getting back with emails, and so I realised that. So I've kind of got those things going again. So I did a little bit of that, and also had some really good feedback back from the Ride the Night from the other day that I was emceeing at. So that was really good, really positive stuff there. I kind of felt like with that event, it took me a little while to get into my stride. It's a bit weird because you're walking around and you're talking on the mic, but you don't know if anybody's listening. You imagine that they are because they have to. It's coming over the big PA system. And you say a bit and then you walk around a bit and then something else pops into your mind to say. So you say that, then you walk around a bit. It's a really strange thing to be doing. And then obviously there's the whole piece from the stage as well that I videoed and put onto here, where I'm sort of controlling the events of the evening. So it's really good to get some good feedback, and I got some initial feedback from them as well on the night to say that they were kind of very happy with that. So that's all good, and trying to get some LinkedIn recommendations from them as well about that. So all good. Just kind of followed up a few things. I know that the other big thing that I need to do this week is the writing the speech for Amsterdam for next week, and I've made a bit of progress with that today. And I've also realised that what I had down in my little mind map from last week is just going to be way too much, which is a good thing because I'm now in a position where I can edit it down and come up with a really simple framework, make sure there's enough fun interactive stuff in there as well, and just make the message really clear. And actually the message which I talked about, I talked over with my friend and coach, Heather, a couple of weeks ago. It's kind of all, it can be summed up in the phrase, it was her phrase, but it kind of really does fit very nicely. It's fall down less and get up faster. So the whole idea of, we're all going to fail, we're all going to fall, we're all going to struggle at some point, but actually how can we reduce the frequency with which that situation occurs? And then when it does occur, how can we get ourselves back up off the ground faster and with less fuss and fallout? So lots of F's in there. But who doesn't like a bit of alliteration? So that's all good. I feel like the message is there, very strong, and I just need to make sure that I've got some really good points to make and people can take some bits away from that as well and actually start implementing them right away. I'll do some stuff around posture and breathing, but I also want to talk a little bit about kind of the other parts of the physical wellbeing framework, like diet, sugar in particular, activity, sleep and hydration. So I want to make sure there's enough takeaway stuff in that talk without it being overwhelming and just too many things to think about, because essentially this is what could be a 8-hour workshop and I'm presenting an overview of it in a 27-minute talk. So I want to make sure that there's enough to take away, as I said, but not so much that it's overwhelming. Anyway, I've made some progress with that, not quite as much as I want to, but tomorrow I've got the whole day. I'm just going to get stuck into that. And by the end of today, I will have that framework absolutely nailed down, and I will come back in here and I will tell you that is the case. There's my promise to you, a little bit of accountability. Anyway, that's my check-in for the day. As always, like the video if you indeed do, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.